Good morning. This is Dr. David A. Paget. This is Geography 1010, Section AO2. Today is Wednesday, September 29th. And so today is going to be pretty straightforward. So I'm going to make a few announcements about upcoming assignments and just to clarify a few things. And then that'll be about it for today. So the first announcement that is important is about the outdoor data collection assignment. So again, we went outside on Monday, we collected some data. Things went relatively well. We had really good weather. As I mentioned before, that was the first time that we did that in a virtual environment. And so it was, the data collection went fine. The Zoom technology didn't quite work as well as I wanted it to. I probably should have used Facebook Live. I know I should have used Facebook Live. I thought we'd use Zoom. Won't be doing that again. So we just live and learn. But we did collect the data. At least those of us who were on campus and present collected the data. So I'm going to just kind of walk through what needs to happen next. So I'm going to switch to student mode. And I'm going to go to the assignment itself and just show you what needs to be done from this point forward. So GIS assignment 3, part 1. So here is the oh, okay. Just thought I had the prompt. So here's the assignment itself. So a lot of people are asking, well, Dr. Paget, what do we need to turn in? Well, you've already turned in the data in hard copy. And so what I need to do is get that. If you've already taken pictures of your data, then you can move forward with entering the data into this part of the sheet from the sheet that you collected outside. If you haven't, I'm going to take pictures of everybody's data or scan it or something so that you'll have it, and then I'll post it along with everything else here. It's probably going to be in a shared file, and then you can just fill in the information here. So if you were in class in person, then you can just fill in the data for the liquid field thermometer, and we already have the data, the surface temperature data from the spreadsheet. Okay, and we'll talk about that at a later date. Now, if you were not in class on Monday, then you will follow the procedure here to find a weather station close to you using the Weather Underground site. So you just simply go to the Weather Underground site if you haven't done this already. And then you'll just paste. So you go to the Weather Underground site. Can someone who was not in class on Monday just give me your zip code area? Anybody?
37013.
Okay, 37013. Go there and boom, there is the Pebble Creek weather station. So if you have not done an observation, you didn't have to do the observation at the same time that we did on Monday, but since you obviously do not have a liquid filled thermometer, unless you just happen to have one, I doubt it. But if you don't have one, then this click on where the station is, you'll see the station on a map, and you'll see where it is approximate to wherever it is you happen to live. And you'll see other weather stations nearby. So these are privately owned weather stations, of course, that can give you an approximate temperature for where you happen to be located. And so, okay, so this is the Pebble Creek Station in Antioch. And so whatever time you are making this observation yourself, record the date, record the time, and then whatever temperature you get from your local weather station will be in degrees Fahrenheit, but you'll have to convert it to degrees Celsius using this formula. Very easy, X degrees minus 32, then multiply that times 5/9, that'll give you degrees Celsius. Really easy formula there. Put that degrees Celsius there. 24-hour precipitation. You have to scroll down here. And you'll see the so the precipitation, let's see, I'm not getting it here. Let me just click right on. Oh, here it is. And that's the forecast. History. Go to history. Okay, if you go to history, daily history, and you'll see precipitation. So you'll notice in this case, there's been no precipitation within the last, not quite 24 hours, but with whatever the day is. If you don't see any precipitation since midnight, that's fine. Just record that. So in this case, it would be 0, and then you have to convert the inches to millimeters using this formula. X inches times 25.4 would give you millimeters. So then you'd have your data. So you type the data right into this Word document. And then if you were planning on being a teacher, then you go through the procedures of making a globe cloud observation. And the sheets that you'll need are right here. Then after completing the sheet, so you'll actually have to download these sheets and then go outside, make a cloud observation. Now you probably saw on Monday, we didn't have any clouds. So hopefully you'll have a better cloud day than that. If you're not planning to be a teacher, then you'll use the Globe Observer app to make your clouds observation, just like we did on Monday. So you go to the Globe Observer app, and you will well, mine is still, I'm indoors here, so it's doing its thing. Oh, there it is. Use the Globe Observer app. And you will make a clouds observation. Let's see if you can see that. A lot of glare. Anyway, okay, you can see where it says clouds, and then you just go through the process of, you go to new cloud observation, and then just look in the sky, follow the steps. And then what will happen is, after you've made the cloud observation, you will get a NASA cloud observation and satellite match, just like this one. It'll come in your email within a couple of days or so. I've already got one from a student. Maybe I should show it to you if I can find it. Just show you what it looks like. See, I think it's the only one I got so far. I think I got it from Crump, Sierra Crump. Send it in. Let me just show you what it looks like. So again, this is if you're not planning on being a teacher. So here's the, what did I do with it? Okay, let me pause the recording for a moment so I can find it. Okay, so this is the email that you'll get. Sierra Crump forwarded it to me. And so here's her satellite match from Monday. And so here's her observation in the green. She said she saw a few clouds, one short-lived non-spreading contrail. There are pictures. So that's from Sierra's observation. The NASA GEO satellite also saw basically no clouds. And so if you remember that day, there wasn't a cloud in the sky almost. We did see one contrail. So this is what you'll get in your email. When you get that, this is if you're using the app. Paste it into this document, and then also email it to me as Sierra Crump just did. So if you're not planning a career in teaching, all of us enter the data into the globe atmosphere protocol data collection sheet, which is, let me see if I can. So when you, oh, that's the wrong one. It's a PDF. Site definition. Okay, this is the Word document. So this is the sheet that we filled out in the field. You'll have to do the same thing. Location can be anywhere. It might be Rudolph Hall, student apartments, your apartment. That's location. And then you just fill out the same data that you filled in at the sheet. Now in this case, if you're off campus, you'll use your weather station data where it says thermometer temperature. Don't worry about surface temperature. If you're not on campus, you won't be able to get that. Land cover description. Was it sunny, shady, and then is it grass? Is it concrete? Was it asphalt? Was it mulch? You'll get your latitude and longitude. You can either use Google Maps. So remember, that's probably the easiest way to do it is if, let's say you use Google Maps and you're in Rudolph Hall. And so you can just, I've shown you how to do this before, just click right here, drop a pin. Of course, it's going to take more than one try. Drop a pin near Rudolph Hall, and you'll get your latitude and longitude here. And then you would just simply type that latitude and longitude into the sheet here. Take the same data from your cloud observations, put them here, and then just record the time. Don't worry about the satellites or the log number. Of course, include your name, email address, the date, and then you can type the data right into this is a Word document, so you should be able to type the data right into it, and then upload this with the rest of your information. Upload this into the Dropbox with the rest of your with this, and also upload this. Now, if you're planning a career in teaching, you will, you'll do that sheet, but you'll also complete the atmosphere investigation 1-day data sheet. This is if you are planning a career in teaching. So if you are planning to be a teacher, you're not using the app yet. I want you to do this by hand. And then we'll use the app later. As a matter of fact, you'll eventually, if you're going to be a teacher, you'll get your app that looks like mine. So you'll have the atmosphere data entry. Notice everybody else only has clouds, mosquito, land cover, and trees. But the teachers eventually will have the atmosphere option. So just be aware of that. But fill this out, go outside, use the cloud chart. What's in the sky? What percentage of the sky is covered by clouds? What's the color? What's the visibility? High clouds, go to the cloud chart, differentiate from amongst these different types of clouds. Record the temperature here. Now you might have to print this sheet out. It is a PDF, and then maybe take a picture of it and then upload that picture to the Dropbox. This is if you're not planning, well, this is if you are planning to be a teacher, you do this. Okay, if you're not planning to be a teacher, I had everybody fill these out on Monday. If you want to do this one, whether you want to be a teacher or not, that's fine. I mean, just the more information you have, the better. So after you've made all your observations, and if you use the app, well, when you look at your weather conditions, temperature, cloud cover, precipitation, look at the National Weather Service site forecast for that same day and time. So you go here and then just type in, let's see, Antioch, Tennessee. I don't know if that's going to show up. Might not. Oh, it does. Antioch, Tennessee. And no, that's not, no, let's just use Nashville. If you're in Antioch, yeah, there's another Antioch. That's not the right one. Let's go to Nashville. This is fine. Compare what you saw to what you see here. And so then, let's see, so then you would say, how did the weather conditions you observed, cloud cover, precipitation, temperatures, how does that compare to your local forecast? If it's the same, say it's the same, there's not anything different. Include the data here. What was your temperature? What was the cloud cover? What was the precipitation? Don't just write, oh, it was the same without including any data. That's not good enough. You have to say, I found a temperature of 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 20 degrees Celsius. There was on the forecast, the temperature was 72 degrees Fahrenheit. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. There was 0% cloud cover when I made my observation. The National Weather Service forecast said it was going to be mostly clear or what have you. So you can just go right here to get the data from the National Weather Service forecast to compare to what you saw. So, be descriptive, include your data. Don't just say, oh, they're about the same or they're kind of the same. That's not a scientific report. Scientific report includes data. So I want you to describe the data, whether they were similar or different, and include them in your description. Okay, then you'll come to B. Now, if you use the app, you will answer B. So you're going to ask, well, how does your satellite match compare to your observation here? Were they the same? Do you see something different? And you might. So if you notice on this one as an example, the satellite saw no clouds. The student saw high clouds, a few, saw mid-level clouds, a few, and saw low-level clouds, a few. So what this tells us is that satellites can't see everything. They're powerful instruments, but they can't see everything. So we still need people on the ground to make observations. Some of you were looking at some of the videos about tornadoes, and you notice that we still need human beings on the ground to spot tornadoes, because radar, it's higher and higher into the atmosphere the farther we get away from a radar station. So radar can't pick up a tornado that's on the ground if it's 10 miles away from the radar station. You might have a radar signal that might indicate that there might be a tornado there. But the only way to know that there's absolutely a tornado on the ground is for a human being to report it. So even though we have radar and satellites and all this technology, we still need human beings to make observations sometimes. And so this is a clear example of this, where human beings definitely saw clouds, but the satellite said, I don't see any clouds. So we still need human beings to make observations. The machines can't do everything. So question C, did you notice anything interesting? Did you see some unusually shaped clouds? Did you see something in the sky that was unusual? If you were out, anything. I'm sure you saw something. Do not put nothing here. I didn't see nothing, Dr. Paget. No, you had to have seen something, at least look for something. If there wasn't a cloud in the sky, that's interesting, and I explained to you what that meant. When there's no clouds in the sky, that usually means it's a high pressure system. It's probably not going to rain anytime soon. You have to have low pressure or rising air for clouds to even be produced. No clouds, no rain, right? So you have to have clouds first, then rain. Then what did you learn? Did you find anything interesting about the exercise? Again, don't write, I didn't learn anything, it's not interesting, I don't want to do this again. Don't write that. Even if you feel that way, don't write that here, okay? Just think of what you learned. You had to learn something, so then of course, after completing this assignment, upload all this and all these other documents to the Dropbox. So again, I have extended the deadline for this to the 4th because not all of us were able to be on campus and things were really sketchy with the Zoom feed. You can go out and make your own observations. And by all means, if you need help, please ask. This is not easy. Don't try to guess your way through it. Just get in touch with me, Dr. Padgett. I'm out in I'm on the yard. I'm trying to make these temperature observations. I don't know what I'm doing. Can you help? Just ask for help. You're not going to be able to just walk through this or guess your way through this. Okay. So that's why I'm giving you extra time. Does anyone have any questions at this point?
I have a question.
Yes.
So on Monday you said we're gonna receive an email for NASA to get the picture, but I haven't received anything.
Yeah. Just give it a day or so. It might not come right away. It might not come right away. Just give it another day or so.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, if you have any other questions, you know where to get a hold of me. So now we're going to move on to the next assignment, the part 2 that's due on Monday. Just give me 1 second here. Student has sent me a message. All right. Okay, so the next assignment, and again, this is a kind of a soft deadline. Let's see. So the next part of the assignment is getting all this information into a map, which is pretty easy. Now, this I will walk through in class, perhaps. I'm hoping to move on to another assignment on Monday, but this one is where we just take our temperature, our spreadsheet. So, except you'll only have 1 or 2 of these, maybe 1 line filled out. Like I said, we have to do things differently in this hybrid format. And so, yeah, we have to do things differently in this hybrid format. And so, I will walk you through this. Just give me 1 second here. I'll walk you through this. So you'll fill out your spreadsheet. Now, in your case, let me think. Yeah, okay. So each person will fill out just the portion of the spreadsheet that includes the data that we collected, cloud cover, temperature, so on and so forth. And then you'll take the data and enter it into the spreadsheet. And then the ultimate goal is to convert that spreadsheet into map format. So at this point, all I really want to do is all I really want to do is, all I want you to do is, at least if you can, get the data into the spreadsheet and then upload that either the CSV file, really upload the Excel file uh, to the Dropbox. And I think that's essentially what you have to do at the end of this anyway. And then we'll work through the rest of it in class. If we can get to the point, or you sit here, just really, this is all I want you to do, is upload your data sheets to the Dropbox. The Excel is more important than the CSV, but if you can get both of them. So all you're doing is, now, if you were outside on Monday, you've already got this. All you have to do is convert this. Convert this into a spreadsheet, and then what I'll do is I'll combine all the spreadsheets, and just like I did before for the other assignment, combine all the spreadsheets into one master spreadsheet, and then we'll produce a map. We'll see how it turns out. Now, those of you who are on campus on Monday, it should turn out really good. The map that we produce should look something like the one that's in the demo, where we'll have the ambient temperatures and we'll compare to the surface temperatures. It's not going to be exact. It's not going to be perfect. It's not really going to be pretty. Like I said, this is the first time I've done this in a hybrid format, but we'll get enough data that we can make some observations comparing the ambient temperature to the surface temperature. And we might talk about that somewhat. So if you can have that done by Monday. If you don't have your sheet, I'm going to take a picture of it today. You just transfer it into Excel, maybe convert it to CSV. You don't have to convert it to CSV. You can just upload the Excel sheet, and then we'll build the master sheet on Monday and produce the map. And then we'll have a discussion about the map, and perhaps on Monday. So that's the plan. So the plan is, be sure to try to get parts 1 and part 2 of those assignments done by Monday. Also, you should be preparing for the next quiz will cover the human geography of North America. So you should be kind of looking those over, the videos and the other documentation. Article review 6 is also due on Monday. Don't forget about that. And so that's it. Pretty straightforward. I think that, like I said, some of you have already done a lot of the outdoor data collection. You just have to convert it into a spreadsheet for part 2. And then we'll build a map. So does anyone have any questions about the reading assignments, the GIS assignments, or anything else? Okay, that's good. So that's good news that we are all, so you've got 14 people here today, so maybe that's good. So thanks for coming. If you need help, I'm always available to answer questions. So have a safe weekend.
You too.
As to you.